Catherine again. Today I'm so lucky that I've got a couple of little girls here to talk to you a little bit about what it's like to be a kid in a home of a family that does foster care with dogs. There are a lot of people that I think are really interested in being foster parents, but are kind of worried that it could be really difficult for their children. It's really difficult, I think, for even grown-ups to fall in love with these animals and then have to say goodbye to them. But it can be especially hard for kids that maybe don't really understand the work that you're doing. However, this is my little sister-in-law, Sadie. Say hi, Sadie.
Hi.
And this is my stepdaughter, McKenna. And she's 8. And Sadie, how old are you?
11.
And Sadie's almost 12. She'll be 12 next month. And this is our newest foster. This is Sperry. He just got here a couple days ago and he's still kind of figuring it out. I've been talking to the girls about some things that make foster care to them like something that's really worthy and really important to do. And so I thought that they could kind of tell you what they think and how it feels for them. So girls, what were some of the things that we talked about? We were talking about why do you think that foster care for dogs is an important thing for us to do?
That if you don't get them soon enough, that soon as possible, then the ones that are sick, they might get really sick and die.
They could get really sick and die. So McKenna thinks that getting dogs out of shelters and out of environments where they can't be very healthy and getting them into our homes where we can take care of them and get them ready for their forever families, that's a really important thing. What about you, Sadie? Speak up.
I thought that if they have little kids that it could teach them to care for a dog and that to get them ready for a permanent dog.
Yeah, so if your family knows that maybe one day you want to have a forever family member, but you're just not quite ready for it yet, it's a really good opportunity for children to be able to learn how to tend to an animal without necessarily having to take the plunge completely. What are some other reasons why you think that it's good for kids to be around foster dogs?
Just to kind of like learn to be soft and...
Yep, it can teach kids how to kind of handle them. Well, what do you think, why do you think that it would be good for a foster dog to be in a house that has kids in it?
So that they can learn how to be nice to children and
Yes.
how to play with them.
Absolutely. So many of our dogs come in and they're so scared, and some of them have been strays for gosh knows how long, and they don't know how to work with kids. They may never have been around them before. So it can be a really good opportunity for a dog who we want to be adopted out in the future to be able to say to potential adopters, hey, you know, I've got a child in my home and this dog was really good with them. That can be a really, really good thing to put on their little cue card and talk about how they're good with kids. Do you think that it's too hard, like, you know, how with Wilson, we fell in love with him, and Chandler, we had to say, it's hard to say goodbye though, huh?
Yeah, I think Wilson was one of the best ones we had so far because I really liked him.
Yeah, I did too. So sometimes it can be really hard to say goodbye, and that can be really tough, and I think the ultimate thing is just to have really healthy communication with your kids and, you know, talk about it as a family before you even bring a dog into your home, you know, to prepare them and say, all right, we're going to be, you know, the family that's going to love this dog for a little while and get them healthy and happy and prepare them to be the best pet that they can be for their future family. You know, it can be a lot of work. Sometimes you get really easy fosters that kind of mesh into your home really quickly, and sometimes you get fosters that are a little bit harder. We've had both. We currently have both. And but I think that kids can learn a lot from even the hard ones. One thing that's really exciting is sometimes when your family falls in love with a dog, you know, and your kids just really don't want to say goodbye, and you don't really want to say goodbye, there's this thing that's called foster failure. And that means that you just decide, you know what, we've worked really hard on this dog, and they're great for our family, and we really love having them around. And so sometimes daddies will pick up big black and white dogs and bring them into the video and hand them to their new owner.
Hi, girl.
So this is our announcement video that Allie will now be known as Denali. We'll still call her Allie. But Allie is now going to be a Jones Porter. She's going to be our dog forever and ever and ever and ever. And Thomas is not happy about it.
And he's had enough.
So as hard as it is to say goodbye, sometimes you get really, really lucky and you aren't counting on it, but you end up finding the perfect match for your family. And that's kind of just the best thing that can happen. So, moral of the story, kids don't necessarily need to be a deterrent. It can be difficult, and it's hard to explain to them sometimes why we love these dogs so much and then have to say goodbye to them. But I think ultimately it's just a really good idea. It teaches our kids compassion, and it teaches them empathy. It teaches them how to care for those who are kind of struggling. It teaches them boundaries, and I think more than anything it teaches them just how to be really good friends. You know, Thomas is one of the best friends we've ever had. He's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to our family, and now we get to do the same thing with Allie, and I think I can speak for all of us in saying that we're really excited about it, and we're really, really, really glad that fostering brought her into our home, because she has completed us in a way that I don't even think we thought was needed. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed meeting our tiny people and husband. I don't know if you can see him in the frame, but he's there. And please let me know if you have any other questions, if you feel like, you know, this wasn't concise enough, there wasn't enough information about kids with fostering. I can definitely be talking to other families that are doing it as well, and be more than happy to get you answers to anything that you're kind of concerned about. So anyway, transports tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the first transport video. I can't wait to make another one. It's going to be crazy, and we're going to have a couple of little girls there who are ready to love on some dogs. So thank you so much, and can't wait to see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.